What's up, my peoples? Salutations, Yisrael, Israel, Yasharal. One of the ways that you guys say that, call our nation its name or whatever. I just want to give praise, honor, esteem, majesty, salutations, exaltation, splendor, honor, respect, reverence, and the many, many other things I could give to the Most High. I want to give him his due. All right. He's been a direct influence to the things that I have going on in my life right now. He has been my deliverer in the past, and I know he will be my deliverer in the future if I continue to walk in his ways. He is the only Savior, and I give him only the credit for that. He is the only deliverer. He is the only creator. He is the only God of this world, of this earth, as we presently know it. All right, and y'all know I call him Yahuwah. All right. This video, you see the title. I don't care. An update. All right. Some of y'all see the title and you're just like, uh-oh, what's Rob gonna say? It ain't bad. All right. It's just something that I see that the Most High has put on my heart to share. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna get through it and share it. All right. Let's see here. Hold on one second. All right. All right, let's do this. Let's go to Psalm 15. I'm going to be doing this video from the Tanakh, from the Safari version of my phone app. But if you want to follow along in your Septuagint, you want to follow along in your KJV, if you still mess with the KJV, excuse me, if you want to follow along on the Blue Letter Bible app, because I have the Blue Letter Bible, the Safari, and the Septuagint all in my phone. So I can go look up interpretations whenever I need to. All right, but I want to turn to Psalm 15 and start this video out with that. I should have already been there. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see. All right. Psalm chapter 15. Hopefully my phone will keep working fast. My phone been acting crazy lately. All right. Psalm 15. A Psalm of David. Yahuwah, who may sojourn in your tent, who may dwell on your holy mountain. He who lives without blame, who does what is right, and in his heart acknowledges the truth, whose tongue is not given to evil, who has never done harm to his fellow or borne reproach for his acts toward his neighbor. Verse 4, for whom a contemptible man is abhorrent, but who honors those who fear Yahuwah, who stands by his oath, even to his hurt. I'm going to call you back, Aunt Kelly. Sorry about that, Aunt Kelly. She's trying to get a hold of my wife. She's going to have to call my wife. Aunt Kelly, if you watch this video, I'm sorry. I'm recording a video right now. My apologies. As soon as I'm done with the video, I will call you. All right, let's see here. Verse 4, for whom a contemptible man is abhorrent, but who honors those who fear Yahuwah, who stands by his oath, even to his hurt, who has never lent money at interest or accepted a bribe against the innocent. The man who acts thus shall never be shaken. All right. I read that verse because when I look through there, I see a lot of myself in that verse. All right. And this is not bragging. This is the way we're supposed to look at the scriptures. You're supposed to look at the scriptures as if they're talking to you directly. I'm supposed to look at the scriptures as if they're talking to me. All right. This is how we grow. This is how our walk with the Most High becomes authentic. It becomes real. It becomes easier. And it becomes a walk that mirrors our ancestors, the righteous ancestors. You know what I'm saying? When I look through there, I know I fear Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember ever accepting a bribe, to do harm to some innocent person. And his heart acknowledges the truth. I try in everything that I think and everything that I live and everything that I do and everything that I learn, I try to acknowledge the truth in those things. All right. Do I have this thing exactly? Is Psalm 15 exactly fitting of me right now? No. All right. But my efforts are to get there. When it says he who lives without blame, I want to one day be considered that verse right there. All right. As well as you should. All right. Now, as this pertains to the video, I don't care. All right. So I wrote a bunch of notes, and I'm gonna read the notes as I wrote them, and what needs to be explained will be explained, and what doesn't need to be explained, you guys will be able to interpret it and understand it, overstand it, understand it to your best ability, and you'll be able to take what's for you and absorb it and apply it to your walk with the Most High. Because remember, that's what my channel does. My channel is here to help you with your walk with the Most High. All right, so here's a section of the notes, the first part of them. What should I care about? All right, who should I care about? How much care should I have? How much care should I give people that I'm not directly tied to? Cares in the world, cares in the community, cares on this earth. All right. I can only answer those questions correctly for certain people, depending on certain interpretations, certain relationship statuses I may have developed over time, or relationships I may have lost. All right. And then based on whether people know what I know or whether they believe like me. All right. This video is intended to express to you that you should be operating in your own life based on your own relationship with Abba Yahuwah. All right. My channel is here to help people's walk with the Most High, not to outsmart or outwit anyone, not to clout chase, all right, or to prop myself up as an authority on Bible things, on Tanakh things, or on Septuagint things, all right. I'm not trying to prop myself up as a historical figure or knowing all these different things about history, about our ancestors and all that stuff, all the different nuances within the scriptures. I'm not trying to prop myself up to do any of those things. I've always admitted to y'all, or tried to admit, although some people have told me otherwise, but I've always tried to argue that I'm not a teacher. All right, I'm not a priest. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a Koheleth. All right, I'm not a moray. I don't call myself none of those things. This channel is to offer you guys assistance or offer you guys insight, all right, or offer you guys another point of view in your walk with the Most High. All right, this channel is to share information and to share experiences that I've had. All right, the information mostly coming from the Tanakh, the Septuagint, or the Blue Letter Bible. All right. And of course, going off of current events, going off of things that I've experienced, that I've gone through, that I've seen with my own eyes, felt with my own hands. All right. I just feel compelled from time to time to offer ideas, current events, experiences, and scripture references from my point of view. All right. And to be honest, I really don't care what anybody thinks about that. It's my channel. The Father gave me the creative authority of my channel. You have the creative authority of your channel. All right. Your teachers have the creative authority of their channels and websites. All right. But what I say over here, it's me. It's Rob. I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm not trying to mirror or mimic other people. I can only be myself. I can only say what he puts in my mind and what he puts in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? To add, everyone is going through something, or everyone has gone through something major. All right, that has influenced their viewpoint, has influenced their worldview, has influenced their belief in the scriptures. All right, everyone has experienced something that puts them in the know of what they believe about these scriptures. All right, my walk in Oklahoma, America, all right, It's not been easy. Nor has it been a blueprint. Has there been a blueprint for me to follow to go through this walk? This is my life experience. All right. Captivity, it looks different for all of us. And yes, I call this a captivity because I don't really have free speech. I don't really have freedom of movement. I don't really have freedom of finances. All right. So when you consider what you care about and what you don't care about, you need to take all this into consideration, especially when you're dealing with other people. All right. And when you're dealing with other people in this community, in the Yah only community. All right. I care about what you guys think, but only as it aligns with the Most High's words, with the Most High's viewpoint. I don't care if you ain't aligning with the Most High. I do not care. All right. So take these things into consideration, especially when you really start to deal with people outside your circle. You gotta understand what people are coming from their own story. People are coming from their own side of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? So you got to consider that, and you're gonna have to weigh your patience with these people. I'm telling you this from experience. All right. Now, like I said, I don't care what people think about me if it ain't aligning with the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all the 3 main sections in the scriptures that I'm trying to align my life with. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all save me. All right. My walk will determine salvation on my end. I can't save y'all. Your walk will determine the salvation on your end. It will determine your own deliverance. All right. And if you're over here listening to this channel, you know that I don't believe that a New Testament salvific son can save you. That's made up. Go ask ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT about veiled revelation as it pertains to JC. You know what I'm saying? And ChatGPT agreed with me that the Most High, if he was going to send his son to save the sins of the world, he would have blatantly said it. He would have openly said it. It wouldn't have been masked, and it wouldn't have been a secret. He would have told his prophets what he was going to do, and that's what the words say. All right. All right, let's go to Exodus chapter 20. Let's go to Exodus 20. All right, we're in captivity. We know, if you're watching my channel, you know we cannot keep the entire Torah word for word now. All right. You can only keep the entire Torah word for word in the land. All right. We don't even know who the priests are. We don't even know who the biblical, the bloodline, the actual priests are for anybody to be trying to keep everything. You know what I'm saying? But there are things we can do, and there is a standard to walk by. All right. Exodus 20, verse 1. It says God there, the mighty one, spoke all these words, saying, I, Yahuwah, am your mighty one who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods besides me. You shall not make for yourself a sculptured image or any likeness of what is in the heavens above, or on the earth below, or in the waters underneath the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them. For I, Yahuwah, your mighty one, am a impassioned mighty one, visiting the guilt of the parents upon the children, upon the third and upon the fourth generations of those who reject me, but showing kindness to the 1,000th generation of those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not swear falsely by the name of your mighty one Yahuwah, for Yahuwah will not clear one who swears falsely by the Almighty's name. Remember the Shabbat day and keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the 7th day is a Shabbat of your mighty one Yahuwah. You shall not do any work. You, your son or daughter, your male or female, slave or your cattle, or the stranger who is within your settlements. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, and then rested on the 7th day. Therefore Yahuwah blessed the Shabbat day and hallowed it. Honor your father and your mother, that you may long endure on the land that your mighty one Yahuwah is assigning to you. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or male or female slave, or ox or ass, or anything that is your neighbor's. All right. I try to apply those things in my life, even though it specifically says, all right, and let's see. In verse 12, for instance, it says, honor your father and your mother, that you may long endure on the land that your mighty one Yahuwah is assigning to you. I know I don't think I'm in the land that was assigned to our ancestors, but I still try to honor my parents. All right, my parents are separated, they're not together. All right, they both are two ends of the spectrum. All right, and for the most part, neither one believed exactly like me. All right, but I still try to honor them, because I don't know if cutting them completely off dishonors this verse right here. All right, so that's why I try to. They're still in my life. I'm still attached to them. I'm just not on what they own. They not on what I'm on, but I still check on them, and I still deal with them on my terms. All right, I love them very much. I put forth effort to show them that I love them and I care for them, but at the same time, when something they believe or something that they're doing goes against my belief, I don't participate. It's that simple. All right. So that's just an example. But these 10 commandments, I try to stay on that. All right. My rest day might not be your rest day. All right. But I keep a rest day. It is what it is. All right. We're not going to see eye to eye on everything. And I'm trying to focus and align myself more with these scriptures every day. All right. I recently quit my day job. I recently left a secure job so I could chase something else. All right. I'm chasing freedom from this system. I'm taking a huge gamble. All right. I'm taking a huge chance, but I trust Yahuwah. I trust that Yahuwah got me. Every time my back has been up against the wall in the past, Yahuwah has had me. Every time that I've been on the edge of the cliff, he has pulled me up off of that mug. So that's I'm betting on myself, and I'm taking chances, trusting that his process, that this is part of the process he wants me to go through. All right. I could not stay at that job and they would own my time and me say I really truly put forth the effort, trusting Yahuwah to gain financial freedom and to gain autonomy in my life. All right. Now, let's turn over to Jeremiah chapter 7. All right. This is another way that I'm trying to separate myself from this system and detach myself from the ongoing oppressive model that we see, especially here, in America. All right. Jeremiah chapter 7. Oh, come on, phone. There we go. Telling y'all, my phone been acting crazy ever since I started this new job, this new venture I'm on. I'm telling you, I got to get another phone. Because this mug right here, it acts like it cannot take what I'm giving it. It cannot do what I want it to do. All right. Jeremiah chapter 7, starting at verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahuwah. Stand at the gate of the house of Yahuwah, and there proclaim this word. Hear the word of Yahuwah, all you of Judah who enter these gates to worship Yahuwah. Thus said Yahuwah of hosts, the mighty one of Yisrael. Mend your ways and your actions, and I will let you dwell in this place. Don't put your trust in illusions and say the temple of Yahuwah, the temple of Yahuwah, the temple of Yahuwah are these, which is talking about the buildings. No, If you really mend your ways and your actions, if you execute justice between one party and another, if you do not oppress the stranger, the orphan, and the widow, if you do not shed blood of the innocent in this place, if you do not follow other gods to your own hurt, then only will I let you dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your ancestors for all time. All right? The Most High, through Jeremiah, just reiterated some of the commandments from the Torah. This is what I try to do. I read the scriptures like they're talking directly to me. All right? I don't oppress a stranger. All right? An orphan or a widow. All right? I've never shed innocent blood anywhere. All right? And that's physically me. I've never killed anybody. All right? And I don't think self-defense, if you have to kill somebody as self-defense, I don't think that's shedding innocent blood. All right? I don't follow any other gods anymore. I used to follow Yahweh Shai. I used to follow Adala Shai. I used to follow JC. All the different things you can call him. All right? I used to follow that New Testament salvific son, but I don't follow him no more. That was the when it talked about you will serve, our ancestors would serve, or our ancestors' descendants would serve gods of wood and stone. That's part of it. Christianity is part of it. All right, being a Christian, that word Christ, Christian, means anointed. You don't have to be a part of a religion if you're a Hebrew. All right, if you're an Israelite. You're already part of that anointed group. Now, a new anointing is coming because the Father's got to clean us up. But ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Christianity is just fake. It's a religion that tried to steal our identity, and I ain't having it. I'm not letting it happen. All right? But Exodus chapter 20, Jeremiah chapter 7, that's what I'm on right now. Just trying to walk this stuff out. And I live in Oklahoma, so a lot of y'all that don't live here, you can't see me trying to walk it out. So you want to guess, some of y'all might be trying to guess on social media, you know, what I'm doing, what I'm a part of. Listen, my struggles are daily. My fight is daily. My effort is daily. All right? I resist a lot of stuff daily. And if you ain't here to see me walk it out, how will you know? If I ain't there to see you walk it out, how will I know? I can only go off of what you tell me. And if there's a mistake that happens and I don't get to see every part of it and I decide to make a judgment without knowing all the parts of it, man, that's not righteous. And so this is what this video is about. I don't care what people think about me or perceive about me if they don't know the walk, if they don't know my everyday fight and my struggle, if they haven't seen me putting A and B together to get C, if they haven't seen me dividing this over here and multiplying this over here so I can come to this section of what a certain scripture pressed upon me. If I can't see your entire walk, I can't judge your entire walk, and I can't slander you. Now, I'm not making this video because something happened to me. No, this has been on me, and I see it in our community. And I don't see nobody else talking about it. I don't see nobody else saying, if a brother calls another brother wicked, prove that. How can you prove that that other brother's wicked? They just supposed to go off of what you said? Man, that's why some of us brothers keep ourselves in a tight circle. We don't let nobody in, man. It's hard for us to trust. And I'm just telling you what it is. I'm 50 years old. I done experienced a lot. I got people younger than me, you know, that may be calling me wicked or some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't seen my walk, or they think what I'm saying don't align up with their interpretation of the scriptures. I'm just trying to get this thing right, man. I don't really care about the way it's supposed to look to y'all. I care about the way it's supposed to look to the Most High. And I think that's what y'all should care about too, man. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more important for me to think about what y'all think than it is for the Most High to think. I can't even I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all can't save me. Y'all can't deliver me. Joel chapter 2 said, Yahuwah will deliver those who call upon his name. Not put a name of a YouTuber on here. Put a name of somebody in the Yah only community. Put that name on there. Can deliver me. I'm trying to get this right in his eyes, and I believe he will align it all to you guys. As I try to align myself to him, he will align it to you guys. And I do believe it matters because he said he's going to gather us. So that, I mean, a lot of us Yah onlys are going to be gathered together, and we're going to get to go into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So this walk does matter. This stuff does matter. Our mistakes matter. You know what I'm saying? I do believe our mistakes matter, but that's why I have the sacrifice of my lips on a daily basis. There are days that I feel like I had a good day, but there are other days that I know I didn't have a good day as far as when it comes to righteousness is concerned. I have way more righteous days than unrighteous days, but I'm not blameless yet, and I'm not fit to sit here and act like I'm blameless. I'm close. I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Way closer than I was when I was a Christian, especially. I came into the truth of his name in 2016, but I came into the truth of him, of Yah alone in 2021. So, look, I'm still growing. I see the growth, and since I see the growth, I know the Most High ain't done with me. He's still working on me, and I'm just trying to stay malleable so he can maneuver me into whatever he want me to be. Whatever is supposed to come from this, I'm just trying to be available to him. You know what I'm saying? All right, last verse of scripture. Let's go to Proverbs. And y'all know where I'm going, Proverbs chapter 6, because this is what I be on. I feel like, and y'all know I don't like saying I feel, because feelings has got all kind of people walking unaligned with the Most High right now. But I feel like if you can walk within the 10 commandments and then go back to what the prophets are saying, you know what I'm saying, as far as what Ezekiel said, what Isaiah said, what Jeremiah said, and Hosea and the other prophets that spoke a word into the people, into our ancestors, that was trying to keep them on the right track, even though they was on the wrong track. If you can go back and walk in those words, walk in the 10 commandments, walk in what the prophet said, and then go into the writings and find out some of the things in the writings that could keep you righteous too. All right, let's read Proverbs chapter 6, starting at verse 16. All right. 6 things Yahuwah hates. 7 are an abomination to him. A haughty bearing meaning a pride-like attitude. All right. A proud attitude. A proud arrogance. All right. A lying tongue, that's pretty self-explanatory. Hands that shed innocent blood, pretty self-explanatory. A mind that hatches evil plots, pretty self-explanatory. Feet quick to run to evil. All right. We see that with our youth all the time. Anytime somebody is ready to fight or somebody's in trouble, young people running over there to instigate it. So that's what that means. All right. And then verse 19, a false witness testifying lies, and one who incites brothers to quarrel. That verse right there, one who incites brothers to quarrel, that's why I don't like debates. That's why I don't debate myself anymore. I used to, but that's why I don't debate no more. Because that could be seen as somebody who's starting a quarrel with other brethren. Now, I will say this. I did watch most of that Gadal versus Deacon debate on the replay. I didn't watch it on the 4th, but I watched it on the replay. And Gadal, he ate when it comes to Daniel 9. In Daniel 8, it says that prophecy would be the Greeks. So I don't know what the deacon talking about, man. He got embarrassed on that one. You know what I'm saying? But debates are entertaining. Debates, you can gain knowledge from debates. But I just think that debates also start quarrels amongst the brethren, and there's no consequences to a loser of a debate. So why debate? If you get to get in there, you get to tell all kind of lies and pump fiction and whatever you want to do in that debate, and then there's no consequence, no open consequence for the people to see. You know what I'm saying? So and it's not in our commandments to debate either, I don't believe. So, I mean, that's just what I'm on that. But, ultimately, Exodus 20, anywhere in the prophets, Jeremiah 7, Ezekiel 33, for example, and then this verse in the Proverbs 6, the things that Yahuwah hates. Those are the things that I keep in mind. They're automatically in my heart. You know what I'm saying? On when I'm out in daily activity, things that I try to not go against the Father on. All right. And this is what I think that we're all supposed to be doing. When he said, turn back to me and I'll turn back to you, this is what he was talking about. All right. But to be able to do it, you got to have your own relationship. You got to be doing your own studying. You got to be going into your own so-called me time with him. You know what I'm saying? All right. Here's some more. I think I wrote, what is it? I wrote 3 more notes, and then we'll finish in Isaiah 55, and then we'll be done. All right. Here's another note I wrote. All right. So I went through Exodus 20, Jeremiah 7, and Proverbs 6. And then this is what I wrote after that. This is the simplicity of how my mind works. All right. When I just read those things, I simply just try to avoid the things he hates. I simply try to remember the 10 Commandments. All right. And I simply try to remember what the prophets urged our ancestors to do. All right. When it pertained to righteousness and stuff. Because there was a lot of stories where they was getting punished at different times, and the prophets was telling them it was coming, or the prophets was telling them what to do to get out of the punishment. You know what I'm saying? So I just to try to apply that stuff directly to me, like it's talking directly to me. All right. And I want to put this in y'all's mind. And I've already put it in y'all's mind, but I want to further stamp this. All right. If I don't see it the way that another brother or sister sees it, and so I don't do it like that person does it, and in that person's viewpoint or in their pride or their ego, or just in their disagreement with me, they decide that I'm wicked in their eyes. But if I'm still keeping the 10 Commandments the best way I can, and I still approach Ezekiel 33 or Jeremiah 7 or Isaiah or any of the other prophets the way that I approach them as if they're talking directly to me, and I do it the way that they're telling me to do it, all right? And if I avoid the things that he hates in Proverbs chapter 6, am I wicked? Am I really wicked? Even though that brother might see that I'm wicked because I don't do it like him, am I really wicked? Is it even fair or right to call me wicked because I ain't doing it the way somebody else does it? All right? Because me and my brother or sister fell out, does that make me wicked? Because we fell out, does that make you wicked? If we fell out, does it make you wicked? If we just agree to disagree, can we not just agree to disagree on stuff and we don't have to call each other wicked? If that's what it was. All right? Because me and my brother or sister fell out, am I wicked? Are they wicked if they continue to keep Torah by their best standards and practices, and I don't agree with something they're doing, does it make them wicked? This is what we doing to each other in this community, and I don't agree with it. There's too much of this going on. Now, let me disclaimer. All right. This is to all the Yah only Hebrews and strangers out there. If you still believe in idolatry, if you still following that New Testament salvific son, all right, this don't apply to you. You wicked. You wicked. Idolatry to me is the number one sin. All right, putting somebody else in Yahuwah's spot, that's the number one sin to me. All right, and that's not me adding to the word. It's the number one thing on the 10 Commandments. This ain't for you. This video ain't for you if you still believe in the New Testament salvific son. All right. And I do believe you are wicked if you are a New Testament believer. All right. Now, that's my thought. All right. But what I'm pertaining to as far as the Yah only community, this is for all of us who are like-minded, who think that Yahuwah is alone, all right, and who think that the real Hebrews are us, all right. The real Hebrews, at minimum, are melanated. We know that the people over there now ain't the people, all right. They don't align up with the curses. Let's see. This goes to the like-minded brothers and sisters of myself, Yah only, who simply see something different in certain parts or ideas of this walk. We got to stop doing each other like this. The Father says he's going to gather us. Me personally, I think there's going to have to be a level of unity before the gathering happens. All right. For example, all right, y'all know that I believe that his name is Yahuwah. All right, and I used to stand 10 toes down on that. And anybody that didn't say Yahuwah, I pointed fingers and I ripped them. You know what I'm saying? But if a brother believes it's something else now, all right, and he's friendly and respectful with me enough to have a conversation about it, and maybe would like to build with me on other things that we're in agreement on, even though we don't agree on the names, you know what I'm saying? Well, we have a similar thought process on just about everything else, then me and that brother, I believe, can come to the table. All right? Especially if that brother is as humble as I am and don't have a lot of arrogance and ego. You know what I'm saying? And I just use the name as an example. Some people treat the Shabbat like that. Some people treat the feast days like that. Some people treat fringes like that. You know what I'm saying? There are different areas of argument. But if you're Yah only and you believe that we the bruise, all right, and you don't compromise when it comes to that New Testament, then everything else I think can be worked out. The Father going to give everybody his name, and I believe it's going to be Yahuwah. I could be wrong, but I really believe that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what he's going to tell everybody. And I don't expect, I expect to be excited, but I don't expect to like boast and brag about it and stuff like that. There's going to be things that I believe that the Father going to show me that wasn't the case. And I'm going to be like, dang, I was way off. But I'm not going to be hurt by it and all that kind of stuff, because the phase I'm on, the road I'm on right now is all about learning and all about trying to get it right. And I ain't got no problem saying I'm sorry, and I ain't got no problems admitting fault. Period. All right. Where did I leave off at? All right. So it says, I wrote down, prophecy talks about the meek will inherit the earth. And some of our brothers and sisters out there don't show a lot of humility. They don't show meekness. All right. Some of them show a lot of arrogance and disrespectfulness. But at the end of the day, if you don't believe some stuff that I believe, man, and we can't work it out, we just agree to disagree, and we ain't even got to cross paths. I ain't got to call you wicked. I ain't got to call you. I mean, the Father is the one that's going to deliver or not deliver. Period. I ain't got it in my hand. I don't own deliverance. I don't own salvation. So, I mean, the Father owns it. So I ain't even tripping. I don't care. And that's what this video is about. I don't care. on the stuff I ain't got control of. I don't care. If you feel a certain way about me and you can't prove it with the scriptures, you ain't seen my walk, you ain't been through what I've been through, I don't care. And I'm expressing this to y'all because some of you need to have this attitude as well. Because you care too much about what others think. You don't care enough about what the Father thinks. All right? So, we're going to have to let bygones be bygones. Whatever a unified front in our community is supposed to look like, it ain't been completed yet. This ain't it. All right? And it ain't been, and I think it's because some of us are too hard on others of us. That's just me. It's my perception. But, I mean, it is what it is. If you disagree, you disagree. You know? I got love for everybody in the y'all only community. I do. All right? I left Christianity. I left super Christianity. And now I'm in a what I think the original knowledge is. I don't call it a belief no more. I call it knowledge, because knowledge is something known. All right? And I think it was known that there was only one God and that he chose a people. All right? Those people disobeyed him. He had to punish them. And the descendants of those people, he's going to save a remnant of them. I'm trying to be a part of that remnant. You should too. All right? Who am I to tell you ain't going to be a part of that remnant if I can't see your walk? Now, if I know for a fact you still believe in idolatry, I'm going to call you out on it. You wicked. You not getting delivered. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's by omission, not commission. All right, as they say in Christianity. The last note I wrote, I said all of that to say I don't care what anybody says about me, long as I'm walking this to knock out the best I can in humility with a righteous effort. I'm making a way for self-sustenance for myself. That deliver thyself, O Zion mentality, that's what I have. And I'm putting up a fight against this system and the oppression and all these immoral and unfair judgments against us, against me. All right? I don't care who thinks I'm wicked. No one can retrace my footsteps. No one can walk in my shoes. I sacrifice from my lips to the only God of heaven and earth, the only one who can save me. I talk to him daily. All right? Whether it's a long talk or a short talk, the Most High is on my heart daily. Either we can be on the same side of this thing or not. And that's what I believe. But what I won't do is care about the perceptions of me that are not accurate. And that's my last message to y'all. You should not care about what people think about you if it's not accurate. If what somebody thinks about you messes with your reputation, you have a right to be angry about that. But don't care to the point where it makes you sin against the Most High. And that's where I'm at now. All right, let's finish up with Isaiah 55. And I just walked y'all through the Tanakh, which is the Torah, the prophets, and the writings. All right. Isaiah 55. All right. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, Incline your ear and come to me. Hearken, and you shall be revived. And I will make with you an everlasting covenant, the enduring loyalty promised to David, as I made him a leader of peoples, a prince and commander of peoples. Verse 5. So you shall summon a nation you did not know, and a nation that did not know you shall come running to you. For the sake of Yahuwah, your mighty one, the set apart one of Yisrael, who has glorified you. Verse 6. Seek Yahuwah while you can. Call out to the mighty one while he is near. Let the wicked give up their ways, the sinful their plans. Let each one turn back to Yahuwah, so as to be pardoned to our mighty one, who freely forgives. No one can can call you wicked if they don't know your struggle and what you're going through and what you're fighting. All right? If you mess up, you mess up. But turn back to the Father and seek the Father. Seek the Almighty. Seek the Most High. All right? You ain't got to call him what I call him. All right? If you don't know, then that's okay. That's all right. But at least admit that he don't have a salvific son and that he is the only salvation. And then take baby steps working your way toward his path and his way. But it starts with repenting and believing that he is alone. And it starts with putting forth your own effort to have the Father, all right, teach you his ways. And that's where I'm at. Don't care about what somebody else is saying about you. Care about what the Father thinks about you. And the Father has walked it down all through the Tanakh, all through the Septuagint, all right? All through the Old Testament, he's walked it down. Even where they misinterpreted stuff in the Old Testament, you still get the right idea that the Father is alone and that you should be worshiping him and that you should only care about what he cares about. And everything else will align. Some of the brothers that I'm not aligned with right now, maybe the Father is going to put that together at a later time. Some of the brothers and sisters that I used to be aligned with, maybe the Father is going to remend those relationships in another moment in time. But right now, I don't care about none of that. I care about getting it right with him. I do care about what you guys think as far as if this channel is helping or not, helping your walk. I care about that. The main point of the title, though, is I don't care if somebody has the wrong perception about me. I know my efforts and my attempt to get it right with the Most High. And sometimes it don't happen overnight. Hey, I appreciate if you stayed this long into the video. Consider liking the video. Not doing this for likes or anything like that, but I mean this will get out to more people just by liking, and I ain't asking for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I really want to help people who are leaving Christianity, who are leaving Islam, who are leaving atheism, and finding the one true God. I want to help people. You know what I'm saying? And I want to help people, especially those who are just now finding out that they're Hebrews or they're Israelites and that they fit the curses and they need to do a Leviticus 26 and turn back and pray for themselves and their bloodline. All right. So with all that being said, you guys know how I like to end my videos. All right. It's much love to y'all. Y'all know I ain't got all the answers, but I'm always going to share what I learned. Until the next video, shalom and shalom.